Okay, so I am doing away with the live recording because I just so happened to have my YouTube open. I had noticed that there is a time delay on this. This isn't going to work. You can't have time delays when you're trying to explain different things. And obviously, I can't do readings with for you guys, or even talking to you about spirituality and how it all affects us. And so I'm going to do something different today. I'm not going to do any kind of tarot readings. We're just going to talk about spirituality. Okay, let's talk about how you can change your life. Okay, so I'm going to take off that live recording. You're not going to see it. I was talking all about how I became, what made me go into spirituality. So this is kind of what this is about. So back in 2005, 2006, I had met someone who was really mean to me. Okay, put me down, threatened me. He told me if I tried to leave, if I tried to break it off with him, that he would ruin me. He'd ruin my family. He would take my career from me. He would take my son from me. He would be sure that my whole family was ruined. So out of fear, I stayed in that relationship, and I never told anybody the truth. I never did, because I found it to be embarrassing. And that was that was the beginning. It caused and it all started because I had a tower moment. Okay, remember the tower moments, right? You guys remember this tower moment here, right? So whenever we have a tower moment, it's caused by something being hidden from us. Someone is basically telling us lies, or they're deceiving us, and we're not sure which way to go, and so we become very overly burdened. Okay, well, the whole purpose of the tower moment is to get us out of that situation. So let's say if you're in a relationship and the person's using you for money, well, God goes in there, or the divine, or whoever you believe, goes in there, and they take that from you. So if the person you're with wants your money, you stop making money. Things happen. You lose your job. You lose different things, right? Things stop. And the reason is because it's there to protect you. It's there to take care, to make sure that you are, they're there to protect you. Okay, sometimes endings are actually blessings. And tower moments is something you should never be afraid of, because this tower moment in my life was because I was being deceived. Okay, and it caused me to be in this state of mind where I couldn't see. I didn't know which way to go. I was confused. I was lost. I didn't know who I was, because I had to change who I was just to make him happy so he wouldn't ruin my life. And what fun was that, right? I learned a lot from that relationship. It taught me how to, it taught me that I needed to stand up for myself. Doesn't mean that I immediately just around the relationship I started standing up for myself, but I started to realize that if I had simply just spoken up and told people about what he was doing, that never would have happened, right? But I didn't. Instead, I kept it quiet. I became isolated and confused. I lost a lot of friends. People looked at me like I was a liar, because he was going around saying things about me that wasn't even true, and I didn't even have anything in me to speak, and I lost everything. And it's because of that. I get it. I really do. I get it. Sometimes we are put in a position to where we have to see certain parts of ourselves that really upsets us. Or we have to come to some sort of a realization that the person we were with really wasn't who we thought they were. And because he manipulated me so much, I actually believed that I was in love with him when I really wasn't. The person I was in love with was not him. It was someone who he tricked me into thinking he was. Okay, the truth is, he was a very horrible person. Very, very horrible person. Very toxic. Extremely toxic. Okay, and I'm trying to find, he was very judgmental. Alright? Caused a lot of things in my life. He was full of betrayal. And that was the beginning of a lot of my issues with people. And, we used to argue a lot, too. We used to argue so much because he was deceiving me. He led me to believe we were soulmates when we really weren't. He did it because he wanted my money. He wanted to take everything from me, but it was a death of a situation. And he, you know, that was a crossroad moment for me, because I was able to go forward in life and start rebuilding my life for something better. That was when my life changed. It wasn't immediate, okay? I had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of emotional outbursts and a lot of confusion, but you know, it's like 14 years later, and I will not stand for shit. I can see through a person immediately. I can look at a person's picture and I know exactly who they are, because certain people put things on the internet they want you to believe, but if you look beneath it, you look at their smile, you look at the way they, you know, some people go out of the way and they take all these freaking pictures of themselves, and you're like, what the hell? You know, who are they trying to prove? You know, and when you put pictures online, that could be used against you. I mean, literally, it could be used in almost anything that you do. So why would you want to do that? So it's just more common sense. People have lost so much common sense in this world. But I'm falling off of the whole spirituality. But anyways, that relationship was the beginning of my spirituality. That's when I started to realize I needed to change me. I needed to change who I was. I didn't like myself. I didn't like any of this. There was so much toxic, and he was so toxic. And what's really funny is he told me I was toxic. You know, he claimed he was going to ruin my life. Here he did. He ruined my life the moment he came into it. The moment he came into my life. And I allowed that man to ruin my life longer, as I was so empty and so confused and so just batshit crazy, because I believed his lies about me. I believed his perceptions. And that's the part that really pisses me off, is why the fuck do people, excuse my language, why the fuck do people think that they have any right whatsoever to tell you who they think you are? Nobody has that right. But the truth is, we are all spiritual beings. We're all learning. We're learning from each other. I learned how to take leadership of my life. I learned that I needed to start learning from people who have been in spirituality longer than I have. And there's a lot of people, and you know what? I don't have all the answers. And I encourage everybody to go out and find the answers within. Not everybody's spiritual revelations are going to be the same. We're all different, and that's fine. Diversity is what brings us together. It does not have to be something bad. We can learn from each other. And to be honest, that's why we go through so many bad things, is because it's our job to help each other out. It's our job to extend our hand and say, look, I've got you. This is how I fixed it. This is my perception. Excuse me, I need to get some drink. It's all the way across the room. Oh, my water bottle just leaked out. It is all over the ground, I think. I'll have to clean it up in a second. I'll just do some paper towels over there. It doesn't look like it's that much. But, so, here's what I'm going to say to you, okay? Spirituality is about choices. We have a choice in life. We have a choice every day when we wake up. The moment our eyes open, we have a choice. We can either choose to lay in bed and allow that person who broke our heart, stole our money, you know, took our time away from us to control our life, or we can just pick it up and put our pants on one leg at a time and just put one foot forward and start doing something. Sometimes I think the hardest thing we ever have to face in any kind of a breakup or any kind of an ending in our life is acceptance. Accepting the fact that it's over. Accepting the fact that that person who we thought they were really aren't. Learning from our mistakes. Learning that it's okay. Forgiving ourselves. Asking for forgiveness from others. Even, I don't care if you have substance abuse or if you're alcoholic. You know, I don't care. You can change things around right now by making a choice. Wake up that morning and decide to start changing your life for the better. We all have a choice. I get it might be hard for some. Not everybody has the same opportunities available to them, but you can actually do things that will create those opportunities, because there's something called law of attraction. Law of attraction is there for a reason. And I encourage you guys to all start learning the law of attraction. There's videos on YouTube about law of attraction. You don't have to pay for a book or anything. You could just sit there and listen to videos all day, and in fact, that's fine. It is okay. If that is what you're going to do, then start learning. Another thing about spirituality is you start learning to keep to your word. You start learning that if you tell someone, hey, you know what, yeah, I'll meet you for dinner that night, you show up. Because what happens is that when you go through with your word, right, it makes your word that much more stronger. And so sometimes I'll do a money spell or something, and my money spells come true, and it's because my words are true. The bad side about this is if you say something bad, it comes true. So be careful. Always speak without sin. Be careful with what you wish for. That's all I can say. I actually made a huge mistake. One of my biggest mistakes in my life. And it was when I first started out in this journey, and I was using the whole making sure I went through with what I was told. If I told someone, hey, yes, I am going to see you there at this time, and my word became very strong. Well, I was working at this one law firm, and this one senior paralegal was all over my ass. Constant. I mean, she would tell me to do something. I would give it to her, and she'd be like, well, why did you do this for? Because you told me to. No, I didn't. I get the email, print it out to her, and take it to her. Yeah, you did. Oh, that's not what I thought. That's not what I wanted you to do. This is what I thought you were going to do. No, you didn't say it like that in the email, lady, And it was very, and so one day I was just so upset with her. I'm like, God, I wish she'd just fall off a roof. 2 weeks later, she literally fell off a roof, okay? Be careful what you wish for. It is bad, okay? She is fine, okay? Not a big deal. But just saying, when you speak with sin, you bring in bad, okay? And there are times I allow my emotions to get out of control. I'm a woman. We have hormones. Our hormones get out of control. Sometimes we say things we don't mean. Sometimes we do mean them. Sometimes we shouldn't have said it. So with spirituality and stuff, you have to be careful with your words. Okay? So I'm just going to tell you right now, when it comes to spirituality, start learning about numerology. Start learning about how you can raise your vibration. That's kind of where you start. One of the other things I like to do is sometimes at nighttime I'll ask my spirit guides to give me a message and give me a sign. Okay, and sometimes, especially when I'm really upset or I'm lost, I'm like, give me a sign. Tell me what's going on. What's going to happen? Sometimes I'll get premonitions. Things that's going to happen, and they do come true. My dreams do come true. Sometimes it's a few years down the road, but I remember my dreams, especially the more prominent ones that tend to really rock my world. So there's different things available to you that you can use. I mean, you can use tarot cards. People think tarot cards is demonic. They think it's something that you shouldn't do or it's bad. But you're telling me these tarot cards that tells you, hey, you have financial issues that's affecting your love life. How is that difficult? That's telling you the truth. Romantic feelings just means somebody who's romantically interested in you, getting to know each other. You're telling me that these are negative? Where are they negative? Is it possible that certain people are just scared of the unknown? And that's exactly what controls people's fear. Spirituality teaches you how to control that fear. To understand why. Have you even thought about asking yourself why you're afraid? I mean, okay, so at work I deal with a lot of people who are jealous of me, and I literally have dealt with a lot of issues because of that. And it's really caused me to have a lot of negative mindset towards my chosen career field. I don't want to work in that career anymore. I want to do spirituality. I want to do tarot readings. And, and just so you guys know, if you guys want tarot reading, I'm available to do tarot readings. If you need some guidance on where your life is heading or what kind of problems you have, I'm here. And I can do it over the internet, and I can just send you a live video, a video of your reading, so that way you can watch it as much as you want. That's fine. Or I could just do it live and just privately invite you to it. Okay, doesn't matter. I can do anything you want. So that information is in the box. Okay, but let's just talk about spirituality again, because I really think this is so important to talk to people, because one of the things that we lack as a society is common sense, respect, acceptance, because so many people are afraid of the unknown. Somebody's different. Oh my God, I can't accept them now. So what? Get over yourself. Pull the stick out of your ass. So what? Someone's different. Embrace that. Embrace each other's differences and accept each other as they are. We're not all going to believe the same. We're not all going to look the same. We're all not going to wear the same clothes. Some of us are more frugal than others. Some of us like to eat finer meals, and some of us are happy with just a hot dog at Costco. But I'm just telling you right now that spirituality teaches you how to accept you as who you are. And we can go out and we can protest all we want. I don't care. If you want to go out and protest and get yourself, exposed to COVID and God knows what else is out there, that's your choice. But change doesn't start out there. Change starts here. We have to start changing us. We have to start becoming more spiritually aware of us. What makes us so upset? Why do we hate life so much? Why is life so difficult for us at times? So, if you really want to start changing the world, start changing yourself first. Start working on you. And you know what? And if you guys are going to send me some hate comments, and I see that, I will delete the comments. Okay? And no sexual comments either, please, because that's just derogative, and that's just wrong. I'm trying to teach you that we have a choice in life. We have a choice when we come across someone that we're jealous of. And don't think for 1 second that I have not slipped up. I am not perfect. I slip up all the time. Okay? Especially right around the hormones. My hormones sometimes get out of control. They did recently. But I also feel like I don't regret it. Okay? Because, well, not all of it. Some of it I do. Some of it's kind of mean. But, just understand there's a certain level of standing your ground and getting into people's businesses. Spirituality teaches you that. Spirituality teaches you how to fix you. Spirituality teaches you how to take leadership within your own life, to start making choices. And you know what? We always give people, one of the things when I'm giving someone a reading, well, I used to do readings in California, and I'm like, look, if you don't like their reading that I'm giving you, change something about your life now. Okay? If they have substance abuse, okay, a lot of times when we get the devil card, what is that devil card? It means substance abuse, right? It could be. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes it just means that they're dealing with the Capricorn. It's not always substance abuse, just so you know, but it can. It can be about addictions. Addictions could be anything too. It could be food addictions, whatever addictions people have. I don't want to get into it, but sometimes when I see this, people are like, oh, I don't want to do that devil, I don't want to deal with that. That's just so bad. If you know there's something wrong with you, why not just fix it? Some people say, this is just who I am. But if who you are is part of the problem in the world, why not fix it? As a society, we are lost. We are so lost as a society right now. We believe liars. And yeah, we persecute people who work hard, and we judge people who don't need to be judged. It's like we are not able to see what's before us because we're so blinded by all the problems in the world that what we don't realize is to fix the problem actually starts with us, and that's spirituality. And if you're like, look, I don't want to do spirituality, I don't believe in it, fine, then go get religion. Start working on yourself. Go get therapy if you have to. When I started going into this spirituality process and I started learning about myself, I realized why I didn't like myself. I realized that I didn't like who I was. And this is about 2006. It was from 2006 to 2008, I worked really hard on rebuilding my life. Okay, and when I'm talking about rebuilding my life, I was rebuilding me. I was working on me. I was trying to fix me. Sorry, my son just walked in. So I started to work on what mattered most to me. I started to work really hard on my career. I started to go towards my goals. I started to work on what I really wanted. And, there was some trial and error. There were some things that I failed at. There were some things I succeeded at. I failed at a lot. I fell down a lot, in fact. And that's fine because I've learned a lot over the years. And I have stories to tell. But what I'm talking about when it comes to spirituality is understanding us, understanding what makes us us, learning about yourself, opening yourself up to yourself. Stop just telling yourself lies. Oh, that person did it, they're the ones with the problem. No, the problem starts with you. Even with me, I accept responsibility for all of my errors in life, even up until today. We're not perfect, we're learning, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to do things that don't really highlight our best values, but that's fine. Forgive yourself and move on. The people you lose out of your life, let them go. If someone comes in and they're telling you to change who you are just to date them, run the other way. Because the bottom line is you need to before you even get into a relationship, first learn who you are. That will eliminate all of that demands that come in. But spirituality teaches you how to take charge of your life. It teaches you how to face your true self. Spirituality has nothing to do with tarot cards. It has nothing to do with you can't be spiritual and religious all at the same time. I don't care what anybody says. But just remember, when you go through a hard time in life, or if you do something bad, it's okay to forgive yourself, and it's okay to tell people, hey, this is what happened to me. This is why I don't think you should do it, because sometimes it comes back and bites you in the ass. And it does. And if you're dealing with, if you were abused in a previous relationship, whether you're male or female, you have the tools at some point, not right away. I mean, don't go, not while you're still trying to heal, but you have the tools to help other people who are in your position. And I don't care what you guys say. Abuse goes to both areas, male and female. There are females out there that abuse men. It's just the truth. Start opening your eyes up and start seeing the truth out there. Start understanding the concept behind spirituality, and start accepting ourselves for who we are, and start changing. Just make one choice. Today I'm going to make my bed. Today I'm going to do the dishes. Today I am going to find a job or put in one resume. Even if you just do one thing on your list of things to do, My biggest mistake every day is I have a list of things I have to do, and I forget I even have a list. Let's face it, we all do it. Sometimes we come home and we don't feel like having to deal with, laundry or dishes or calling this person or taking care of that. We don't want to deal with it. And that's fine. We're okay with that. One of the things that, for me, from spirituality, is it opened up my soul purpose. My soul purpose is to get a message out to everybody. I am writing a book. It's going to take me a while. It's not going to be done. I don't know when it's going to be done. It could take years for all I know, because I'm still writing it. It's still a work in progress. But I want to put down all of my things that I've been going through, all of the things that I've seen in life, and to help you guys understand that spirituality starts with us. Change starts with us. If we want change in the world, the government can't change us. The government controls a lot, but ultimately we gotta change us. We gotta take care of the hate, the resentment, the anger. I've been feeling a lot lately. I am so tired. And I don't even go outside half the time, except to go to the store, and that's it. Okay? I do not go outside because there's just so much negativity in the world. It drains me. I cannot deal with it. And so I try to shield myself off from everything. I don't like to watch the news, but occasionally it's like I watch it, and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, where did we go wrong as a society? What have we, what changed? It's like there's no passion. There's no compassion. Passion, yeah. I think it's more passion than compassion. Sometimes passion and anger kind of is the same thing, I guess you could say. And that's where jealousy stems from. So the next time someone comes by, if they're thinner than you, or and you're like, man, I gotta lose 150 pounds, but look at them, they're so thin and perfect, and they can eat whatever they want. Well, maybe so, but if you're sitting there looking at someone's body, it's like, well, are you doing anything to change yourself? Because if you're sitting there eating a donut and judging a person because they're thin, do you really have a right to judge them? The same way, if you're thin and you're sitting there and you can eat a donut and it doesn't go on your hips, but another person sitting there eating a salad and you're judging them because they're 150 pounds overweight, I don't understand that. I don't. And there's so much judgment out there. I get judged all the time. I just don't give a shit anymore. I literally get judged. I mean, I'm judged because I'm different. I'm judged because I'm going to tell you my 2 cents. You go past my boundaries and you're going to find out. If you're not respecting me, I'm going to walk away. If you're taking me for granted, I'm not going to wait around. That's just the way life is. That's just who I am. But spirituality taught me that. Spirituality taught me how to set my boundaries. Spirituality taught me how to fix me. And I am a work in progress. I am not perfect. I am not together. Some people look at me and think that I have my life together. You know what? You don't know shit about me. Because if you think for 1 second I have my life together, then you do not know me. Because if you knew me, you would know that I don't know shit. Let's just face it. I don't know shit. I make mistakes. I trip. I fall. I literally fall going up the stairs. You really think I have it all together? And I hear my cat. She might jump up here, you guys. I'm sorry. She loves to be a part of the entertainment. I'm not perfect. And I'm okay with that. So should you be. Because I am the imperfect, perfect version of myself. And I like that because I'm still learning. I make mistakes. I don't. Can you please? I'm talking right now. Can you please go over there for me, please? Here, I'm sorry. That's my art project. I was working on something on my cat. It's on my cat's corner of the table. Over there now. Stop. I'm talking. I'm talking right now, Bridge. So, spirituality is learning to accept ourselves for who we are. To get over ourselves. Learn to get over ourselves because we're not perfect. I know it's bedtime, but I'm not ready to go to bed. I'm talking right now. No, sorry, she's getting me. She wants me to go to bed. My cat has a specific bedtime, and I have to follow her. And it's past her bedtime. Usually she makes me go to bed at 8 o'clock. But it's 9 o'clock right now. I'm not going to bed because I'm going to talk. Because it's my sole purpose to get this message out. It is my sole purpose to tell you who I am. My sole purpose is to teach. My sole purpose is to tell you guys that the world sucks right now, and it's sad, and it's pathetic, to say the least. And I'm not gonna lie, we're all part of the problem, because we're so busy looking at what other people do that we're not paying attention to ourselves. We're not seeing who we truly are. We're not looking at our differences, and not in the right way. When we see our differences, we think that if someone's different, then they're not good. But the truth is, if they are different, chances are they're not wearing a mask. Some people are just face value, and those are the people I want in my life. The ones that tell me like it is. But what I don't like is the ones that get in there and they judge you when they're no different than you are. And the truth is they aren't. And people always say, oh, don't, grass is not greener on the other side, but we always look to each other for acceptance or for approval. And I've lost myself. These last 3 years, I've lost myself. I used to be very spiritually sound. I knew who I was, but the person who I was is no longer here. Because the person who I was has changed over the 3 years. And that's a good thing. Because I've evolved. I've learned from a lot of different things. I'm not perfect, but I know I have choices in life. And you know what? A simple choice of, if you're faced with something and you're like, this makes me mad, and you're jealous of someone, you could do one of two things. You can get mad at them and say, I hate you, or you can find out why you're so jealous of them. And a lot of, my biggest thing is accepting the fact that I was rejected. And that's hard when someone rejects you because you like them for who they are. You see their flaws and you don't care, but yet they still reject you. And you don't understand why, but why? I accept you for who you are, but the truth is, they're rejecting you because they're rejecting you, because it's not you. They're rejecting you because you're not meant to be there. For all you can know is, they're rejecting you because there's someone better down the line for you. Or there's a better friend. When I stopped chasing after people and started just living for me, I had so many friends come in just out of nowhere. I stopped worrying about what the Joneses were doing, and I started to concentrate on just what I want to do. I lived for that day. I lived for that moment in time. And I let go of control. And I found something within me that I didn't know was there. And I found a certain resilience. I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm not, see, when I say I'm not afraid, no, you're going to knock the camera off. You don't do that. I I'm not afraid of conflict, but I try to avoid it whenever I can. It's not something I pursue, but I'm not going to allow someone to beat me down, put me down, or try to make me feel like I'm less than. And I'm sorry, you guys, my cat, she's just tired. Why don't you go lay down? Go to bed. Go to bed and I'll be there soon. But spirituality is about learning to accept yourselves for who you are and to start concentrating on you. When we no longer have anger and resentment and jealousy and all those negative patterns that we live every day, that's when we can change the world. I see you. I know you want to go to bed. We'll go to bed soon. That is when we will go to bed. Go to bed. Listen to me, cat. Would you stop it, Bridget? Shh. You guys, this is my cat, Bridget. Okay, she's a tortie, and she's a little stinker, and she loves attention. Okay, she's my little attention hog. So I'm so sorry. She's kind of just been taking over this whole video right now. So my message to you tonight, and I want you to lay there and think about the time that you were jealous and ask yourself why. What did that person have that made you so jealous? Chances are you were just insecure. You don't feel sufficient enough because somebody probably put it in your head, and that pisses me off when people do that shit. I don't like it. I don't like it when I see it happening to other people, nor do I like it happening to me. Because you know, who the fuck has a right to tell you whether or not you're good enough? Because the truth is, we are good enough. We all deserve to find happiness. We all deserve to find love. And if someone wants to reject you, let them go. Let them walk away. You've probably just avoided a serious tower moment. Because, you know, if I had listened to my intuition about that one moron that I dated back in 2005, 2006, I could have avoided that tower moment. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the tower card, but I can't find it. It's not here anymore. My intuition told me he was all wrong for me. You know, and my intuition also told me that I needed to speak up, but my throat chakra was blocked. And, you know, we have certain chakras that control certain things, and I'll do another video on about chakras and stuff like that, and how they conform with spirituality. But spirituality is about being open-minded. It's about understanding that there's certain things, there's certain things in this tarot reading and metaphysical that I cannot wrap my head around. I cannot, for the life of me, believe what people tell me because I haven't seen it. I haven't witnessed it, and that's fine. And when people are talking about it, all I can think, I just, sometimes I'm like, well, I have not seen that. It's like, okay, well, you know what? And sometimes I start laughing about it, and I have to remember that's judging them. I gotta stop judging them. You know, because if they want to believe a certain way, let them. If they want to believe in fairies, let them. That's probably the one thing I cannot wrap my head around. I'm not saying they don't exist. I don't know. Just saying, it's just something I can't wrap my head around. But one of the things that I like about tarot cards and how they conform to my spiritual practice is that I had asked these are my life purpose cards, right? From Doreen Virtue. And I had asked, you know, and I'm like, you know, tell me what my life purpose is. You know, and I'm shuffling it, right? I'm sitting there shuffling, and shuffling some more, and I'm just really just going at it, and I'm thinking to myself, what do I need to do? Because I don't know what I need to do with my life. I'm lost. I know I don't want to be a paralegal anymore. I don't want to work in legal anymore. I don't like legal. Legal is just full of people that want to tear me down. Nutrition. Okay, this is telling me that I need to eat healthier. Yeah, I don't eat healthy at all. Especially that pastry I just had like 45 minutes ago. No, actually about an hour ago. You know, that's not healthy. Right? I should have had some fruit. I should have had something healthier. But I made a choice. I made a choice to eat a yummy pastry instead of eating a piece of fruit. And I don't have fruit, by the way. Mostly because my mouth gets swollen every time I eat it. So it becomes hard to eat fruit. But it's a choice. Just so you know, I've asked the doctor multiple times about my food allergies, and they tell me just don't eat it. Fine, but what am I supposed to eat then? And so here I'm going again. I'm going through it, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what am I supposed to do with my life? Where am I supposed to go? You know, and I'm just doing this. And, I mean, nutrition always comes up, by the way. So I put that down and says, let go. Walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. Well, what the hell am I supposed to walk away from? Life? You know, another one is you're on the right path. You're doing what you're doing because it's working. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Strength. By the way, this was on the bottom of the card. Okay? The entire time I was shuffling it. Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creativity. Options. Consider career possibilities that are open to you. Your innate ability to build and create brings the deep sense of accomplishment. Family. Okay, so this is like a typical spread I would use for myself. But, you know, and I came up with all these different things. And one of the things that told me was oration, I think it was. What was the one that came up? And I redid it. Okay, it talks about speaker, heart's desire, support, leadership, freedom, teaching. It talks about healer. It's telling me that I have my words heal. You know, and I know, I don't know, maybe it's a speaker. Maybe it's a speaker one that I'm looking for. You know, and it came up, you know, and one of the things that we need to do is, here's a speaker. Your life purpose involves your skills of oration. And I'm not the best talker. I'm really not. I don't feel the most comfortable talking to people these days. Mostly just because I fear judgment, and I fear it's my insecurity that jumps in. But spirituality teaches me to accept myself as I am. And I'm not perfect. I don't care who anybody says. I'm just a rambling idiot half the time because I'm not perfect. But I like to use, especially these life purpose cards, I use them quite a bit. I want to know more about what I need to do about myself. I need to know what is my heart's desire, and my heart's desire is I have a message to get out. I'm supposed to be telling you guys stuff, and I'm not, because stuck at home, you know, we're kind of under a possibility of a second quarantine. And not only that, but I fear going out because of what's happened in the past. I'm not perfect. I do have fears. I fear rejection. I fear judgment. Sometimes I throw people out of my life because I think they're going to reject me. And so I reject them before they can reject me. And sometimes I throw people out of my life just because they're just assholes. Just depends. But usually I go back and I apologize to the people that I throw out because I'm afraid they're going to reject me. And then they end up rejecting me anyways, so then I think to myself, why did I waste my time? Oh, my cat is in the box again. I saved my printer box in case I needed to take my printer back in case it didn't work. And I think it's safe now. I could tear it up and get rid of it. So spirituality is something very important to seek. Another thing spirituality teaches you is how to they want you to let go. I started working at this job in December 2018, and I really didn't like it. The attorney the one attorney I worked for, he was quiet, wouldn't speak to me. I've talked to him. He wouldn't say shit to me. He ignored me. And the work wasn't getting done. But it only lasted a day. It wasn't that big of a deal, but that moment when I started, and then another attorney walks over, another one I was assigned to, and he was a complete dick to me, treating me like shit, literally just treating me like I was some bottom feeder, and just something to hurt. And I remember just sitting there, I'm like, you know what, I don't know if I really want this job. I'm like, you know what, God, I'm gonna give this to you. I don't know if I really want this job, but you tell me what you want. I had no expectations of that job. I did not think I would get hired. I honestly kind of figured after the first year they would let me go. So I started there on October 31st, worked all through November, come 1st of December, and they hired me full time. And before that I was an agency. And it was one of those things where you have to work 90 days, otherwise they have to pay our contract up. So, they paid the contract to hire me. And deep down I knew I didn't want it, but something kept telling me to keep going at it. Don't stop. We got you. We're going to protect you. And so, but that worked out for me because I let go of the expectation of the outcome. Letting go of the expectation of the outcome doesn't mean you're letting go of control. It means you're just not going to stress over it, because you can't change the outcome. And that's what spirituality teaches you. Spirituality teaches you that you cannot change the outcome of anything, even in a relationship. If someone's going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you one way or another. Whether you're checking their phone every time they walk in through the door, which, by the way, I do not think that's a good idea. Nothing says distrust than for someone to be checking their phone. That just hurts a relationship from the beginning anyways. Or if let's face it, that job that I got, I had, within about 4 months, I had one of the paralegals telling me I should quit because they were talking about how good I was and how much they liked me. Sure enough, I lost my job less than a year later. 2 weeks before my 1 year anniversary, they let me go. And it wasn't, there was just so much shit. It's a shit show after shit show with that job. And I recently just cut that one attorney out just about a week and a half ago because I just feel like I was being taken for granted. I don't know if, I don't know if he'll ever talk to me again. That's fine. But I have to stand my ground, and I have certain boundaries, and I'm not going to allow people to walk all over me. And that's where spirituality comes in at. Spirituality teaches you how to set boundaries. And you know what? If you don't want to do spirituality, go get therapy. Therapy is going to teach you how to do boundaries too. It's learning how to set healthy boundaries. It's understanding that when people do things to you and you don't like it, if you allow them to do it, then you're accepting them for who they are, and by them mistreating you, you're saying it's okay. And I understand when you're dealing with a job, you don't want to, cause problems. I'm not saying go tell your employer, by the way, because you need that job. Especially if you have a job right now, keep it. But you do have a choice on whether or not you want to accept the criticism. If you want to be okay with, a lot of it is just understanding that when people are putting you down, they're talking about themselves. So when people, and that's what spirituality teaches you, is to put yourself in that person's shoes. When they're saying bad things to you, what feelings do you have? And chances are, if you're sitting there and they're putting you down and you're feeling angry and sad, chances are that person's feeling the same thing. And that's because that's their own insecurities coming through, and they're dumping their insecurities onto you. That's literally going over a boundary for me. Don't dump your shit on me. Take your shit and get out of here. But it's your choice on whether or not you want to accept it. Okay, and I know you can't control everything. Sometimes you just gotta let go and watch it unfold the way it's supposed to. I left that job, and you know what? The bottom is something came out that I just realized I did not know. One of my sole purposes, my contract in life, my sole contract, is I am here to let people know, I'm here to bring out people's spiritual side. I'm here to enlighten people. And enlightenment starts when you have a tower moment. And so freaking people have to have tower moments around me. That makes me look like some sort of a horrible person. But not everybody has tower moments. It just depends on where they are in their spiritual journey. Some people aren't dickheads. It's the dickheads that have tower moments, and those are usually the ones that come after me anyways. But you know, and a lot of you guys, if you have someone shitting on you, ask yourself why. What feelings do they have when they're shitting on you? What, you know, and we deal with it all the time. We have a coworker that says lies about us, and we have to sit there and we take it, because if we speak up, we're confrontational, and you can't do that. And some companies, once you speak up, others don't. I don't understand the difference. But I'm just saying, you know, you have a choice. You can accept the criticism as you are, you know, and take it to heart, or you could just throw it away and see it for what it really is. It's just someone dumping their negative crap, negative karma onto you. And that's not okay. You don't deserve it. You're not at someone's punching bag. You're not someone's mat. Or, was that Matt? I don't know. But you do have a choice in life on whether or not you want to accept another person's criticism. Now, you can be like, you know, if they're telling you, hey, you know, you offended me because you did this, take it to heart. Maybe you did do it. Change yourself. But if it's like, you know, you hurt me because, you know, something stupid like, I don't know, what was one of the things that psycho bitch said to me? She was mad at me because I wasn't doing anything based on the firm's protocol. And you never received an employee notebook. You was never told about a protocol or anything. And then she's dumping this shit on me. And the reason she's dumping that shit on me is because she wasn't doing her fucking job. So I'm just telling you right now, you guys, spirituality is about choices. We have choices in life. We can choose the criticism, or we can choose to be with ourselves. And you can choose to change your life. If there's something about your life you don't like, change it. Do something about it. I need more money. Then change it. Don't be like, oh, yeah, I need more money, but, you know, continue not having a job. You know, or if you're like, oh, I need to lose weight, then do something about it. You do have a choice. Even I have a choice. You can get up, go to the, you can't go to the gym right now. I'm not saying go to the gym right now. It's too dangerous. But, you know, you can wake up in the morning and do some yoga. Or just do some squats. You know, just do something. Do something with your life. You have an option right now. You have a choice in life. If you choose to stay in the same position that you are, you're going to be here. But if you make a choice, right, and you decide, you know what, I want to move forward, you're going to start moving forward. You're going to get into calmer waters. Start standing your ground. Start being, you know what, I don't like what you're saying about me. I'll just ignore it. Okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to head towards your wishes. For every choice you make, you can change something bad to something good. You can change your life around. You don't have to be in the position that you are. And you know, and sometimes you guys, you know, especially in an abusive relationship, maybe you can't leave right away. Okay? Maybe there's something going on that you can't leave. You know, be careful with that, please. Everything I'm saying is based on my perception of things. Doesn't mean that you have to follow it line by line. Okay, but I'm just telling you right now, spirituality means you have choices. And that's where these cards come in at. These cards tell you have a choice. If you love someone, you have a choice to tell them. Okay? And if they reject you, that's their bad. That's their loss. Because they just lost something good. Because chances are, the Wheel of Fortune will come around and you're going to meet someone better. Maybe someone who has their life more together. They're more, maybe even have more money. Okay? Always remember that, and whenever things don't work out, don't get here. Just know that there's always help out there. Okay? So anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this recording. I've been on for too long. It's been 54 minutes, and I'd only intended for a 20-minute recording, but I want you guys to understand that there's nothing that says that you can't change your life. If there's something about it you don't like, spirituality teaches you that, and there's so many different things, different ways you can go about it. The sky is the limit, you guys. Don't limit yourself saying that you can't do it because you're not good enough, or I don't have any money, so therefore I can't do it. YouTube has a shit ton of videos for free. All right. I want to learn tarot, but I don't know how. Well, go look at my I have videos that I went through the tarot readings. There's different things you can do, and if you're like, I don't know which way to go with my life, then ask me for a tarot reading. I do offer tarot readings, and I do ask for a nominal price because I don't want to charge you guys too much money. I don't want to go out there, but I am currently unemployed, and so I am trying to find a way to make some sort of a living. And I'm trying to, and I love the spiritual part of life. It's who I am. And I know I'm supposed to be making these videos to you guys, and that's kind of where I want to go. So I do appreciate any kind of assistance with this in that regard. If you guys, if you need a tarot reading, send me an email. The email is in the box below. If you have questions, send me an email. But please understand that if I get too many emails, I'm not going to be able to respond to all of them, okay? You guys take care. You guys have a great evening, and I hate when I hear noises. And I'm going to get my cat out of the box so we can go to bed because I think she fell asleep in there. I don't know where she's at. But anyways, you guys take care. Thanks.